Well, boys and girls, here we are. We're finally heading towards the lake. Golly, it has been a freaking second. Well, for me anyway, not for you guys. I mean, you know, I have no idea when I'm going to put this video out, but hopefully it's soon enough that it feels like it's not been that long. But here we are. We're heading that way. So this morning, got up, had to go get the haircut, beard trim. Got to stay looking good for you guys. But now we're heading towards the lake. What is the plan today? Well, plans never really work out on this channel. We all know that. But the plan is we're driving about an hour away from the house to go fish where a river dumps into the lake. But this is like the naturally flowing river. This is literally what comes out of the mountains. And we're going to be putting in pretty much at the last kind of physical stopping point before it gets to the point where you got to like drag a kayak. And we're going to fish down from that point. But we are taking the new kayak today. It's the first time that I'm taking the new kayak out. We got a lot of news today. We got the new kayak. I'm wearing my new mics. Hopefully I sound really good. I got new cameras. We just got a bunch of new stuff. I got a new rod and reel to try out. We got some new baits. I mean, just, man, it's like a new day. And it's a beautiful day at that as well. I think that's going to kind of be the most important part of today is the fact that it is absolutely gorgeous outside. High bluebird skies, which kind of don't lend into catching fish. I like to catch fish. But with this warming trend that we got going on here, I mean, it's already 48 and it's only 10 o'clock. I think the high today is like 68 or something like that. So I actually like put on a sun shirt and a ball cap instead of, you know, having to put on a beanie and like, you know, a underlayer shirt or, you know, a thermal shirt, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, today's going to be a good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited. I'm super happy that you guys have clicked on this video and decided to come hang out with me because I have a belief that it's going to be a good day. Now, we always know expectations never really often reality, and expectations always kind of get thrown out the door here on the Electric Fishing channel, but we're going to have fun nonetheless. So we got, like I said, about an hour drive till we get to where we're going, and we're going to get unloaded. We're going to get everything rigged up, ready to rock, and we're going to try to catch some fish. Yeah, let's do it. So I'll tell you one thing, guys, that I was worried about when I got this kayak is that it was going to take me forever to load it, unload it, to, you know, get everything ready to rock and roll. But to be totally honest with you, it's actually fairly quick. The people over at the dugout made it super duper simple for me to be able to, you know, get it rigged and unrigged really, really quickly because I don't got a bunch of wires. I don't got a bunch of stuff that I have to do. It's simply just a couple of plugs and I'm plugged in and ready to rock. Once I've got that black pack in, I just plug into that black pack and then put my motor on and I'm cooking with peanut oil, which is really, really cool. It's probably like maybe 10 minutes to get the whole thing set up and rigged. So, I mean, you know, if you rig your kayak this way, I would definitely suggest probably, you know, getting there with a little bit of extra time just because having all the extra little pieces and stuff is going to make it just a little bit longer of a process. But it's nothing crazy to where, you know, you're spending 20, 30, 40 minutes trying to get this thing ready. So it's really, really cool. I mean, honestly, the part that I'm grabbing right now is the longest part of rigging up this kayak. And even then, it takes no time at all. So we're gonna get it rigged up here and get it on the water because this thing is fun, and I'm ready to get out there and get after it. Hopefully we don't run into Mr. Green Jeans today because he's out here. So we've made it. Lord of mercy, finally. And there is 10,665 people up here too with us, which doesn't mean the bass are eating. It means the walleye are probably eating. So, hey, that's good though, because if the walleye are eating, it probably means the bass are probably eating. I don't know if that's true or not, but we're fitting to find out here in just a minute. We're about to go get after it, see what we can get done today. I'm excited because I'm not doing it here in a minute, but with this warm weather like this, these fish should be, and I say should be, eating Now, whether that's true or not, I'm not entirely sure yet, but we're going to get after it. We're going to find out. So, yeah, we ain't got far to go. It's just down it right here around the corner. Probably about a quarter mile until you get to what I consider quote-unquote the good stuff. So we'll get down here. We'll get to fishing, see what we can get done. Alright guys, so we're going to start with the old Deadly Nedley. It is busy as all get out up here. I mean, my word. These walleye must really be biting, because these guys are everywhere. But we bass fishing, so we're going to start with a Ned rig. Now, that's not to say we can't catch walleye, because I've caught a lot of walleye on a Ned rig. But I'm just saying, we're after the smallmouth. I don't know what this is. Smallmouth. Nope, largemouth. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Nice little large head there on the old Ned rig. Heck yeah. Good fish. Thanks, bud. There's number one of the day. Old large head on the Ned. Kind of what I figured. They're probably going to be eating. It's as clear as it is. There's a little bit of current. There's also 5,622 people up here, but I think they're all walleye fishing, which, I mean, you can catch bass on walleye stuff, but for the most part, those dudes are walleye fishing. But that was fun. Do that about 12 more times. Wouldn't be mad at it. Oh! That was a bite. That was a good bite. Damn. It's all the way out here too. I mean, damn. I wonder what that was. He thumped it. I had him for about half a second too. Lord have mercy. I mean, that fish goes, pow! Yeah. Listen to that, guys. Whew. Sounds like spring. Feels like spring too. It's getting warm. I might actually have to take this sweatshirt off. It's so warm. God, that makes me feel so good. You have no idea. This winter has sucked. I mean, it's not over yet. It's not even March. Normally we'll have a snow in March. Hell, I've seen it snow in April before. Hopefully that don't happen, but just listen to them birds. I love it. Oh, little bitty dude. Little spot. Yeah, little spot. Yeah. I mean, Lord have mercy, buddy. I don't even know why you bit. I don't even know why you bit. I ain't feeling bite. He just kind of loaded up on it. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Oof. I knew I got bit. It's funny, he took my claw from me. I'll have to give him a chance to eat it. When I feel the bite, I gotta let him eat it, because if I don't, I'm barely getting them. It's because of how cold the water is. I mean, the water's 44. Makes him a little bit grumpy. Just a little bit grumpy. Using this little dude right here. It's the Champ Crawl by Berkeley. A 2.5 inch version. They make a bunch of different sizes, but this little 2.5 inch version is perfect for a Ned rig. It's also really durable. I mean, obviously, if they pull the claw off of it, there's nothing you can do about it. But like, as far as like when they're eating it good and getting it in their mouth, this thing will go quite a few fish. And plus, it's got power bait in it. So, all the fishes love power bait. And it's really hyper realistic. Got a bunch of cool little colors, a bunch of HD colors, and I dig it. Gets bit. Well, guys, we're going to make a quick move. Buzzing down through here right now. A lot of this water up in front of us has been used and fished, and so we're going to go just around the corner here. We got 2 bites, well, 2 fish in the boat so far, and like 3 or 4 bites. I mean, they're just not eating it. That one thumped it and then just didn't have it. I don't know what the deal with that is. I mean, it may just be the fact that the water's 44 degrees and they're just moving a little bit slow. It may be the fact that they can see it really well. I don't know. All I know is they're not eating it how I want to eat it. But we're going to go down here. This is a little curve in the river channel right here. This outside swing is where the river current dumps in. And a lot of times there's fish sitting in these areas like that. And then we're just going to kind of keep just hippity hopping down through here, fishing stuff that looks good. But it is warm today. I mean, I'm about to have to take this sweatshirt off. But there's bugs out here moving around. There's birds singing. I mean, this is definitely showing that spring is on its way. Now, we're not out of winter yet. It is still February. And some of the coldest days I can remember in Tennessee have been in February, but this is nice today. It's nice to be out here and to be in weather like this. But hopefully we can get on this bank right here, catch some fish real quick. Last time I was here, this is where I got the most bites and some of my biggest bites. But I think just where all these people are here moving around too has probably put a little bit of pressure on these fish. But hey, a few bites in weather like this, with water temperatures like this, can't complain at all. How you doing, buddy? That's it, man. That's it. Hey, see you, buddy. Have a good day, okay? All right, guys. Well, these fish, the further we come down through here, they are not biting at all. So before we head back up towards the ramp, what I want to do is a little walk around of the kayak on the water. Now, we did the walk around at the Beard Barn, but you know, it's completely different than a walk around out on the water, because I actually get to show you guys while we're on the water what this thing can do, which is really, really cool. So we're going to start with the foot steering. It's really, really simple, but when you have it in conjunction with the motor in the back, it can do some really, really cool things. Now, one thing that Dugout did was they upgraded my steering yoke. So what that is that little T-bar that's on the back of my Newport. And what they did was they upgraded it to an aluminum one with a little bit more throw on each side. So what that allows me to do is I'm able to kick this foot steering all the way to one side, turn this motor on, and I can make this kayak essentially do a complete 360 with my motor. Now, I'm not going to use that all the time, but it's really good for stuff when I'm wanting to go in a certain direction, or I'm trying to get off something really quick. Maybe I'm in river current, maybe I'm up on the bank and I need to get off the bank really quick. I can knock that thing to one side or the other, and I can hit that thing up to 100%, and I'm going to be able to move back and forth. Now, obviously, like this, I'm not using my rudder at all. So this is my rudder right here. I'm not using my rudder to steer, even though I can. You see, it'll steer my kayak back and forth. What I'm using is I'm using my feet. That's why I have the foot steering. That's actually turning my Newport different directions. And what this allows me to do is, as I'm going up a bank or something like this right here, I can come over to my control and I can like take it down to like maybe 10% like this right here. And I can just fish my way up this bank totally hands-free, and I never have to touch my rudder, and just be able to fish up this bank throwing like a crankbait or something moving. That's where the foot steering just really comes into play. It's really badass. It's probably my favorite feature of this new kayak, and it's something that honestly I don't know how I lived without. And as you guys can see, when we've got it on 10%, we're going about a mile per hour. Well, let's rip this thing up to 100. Let's get her going in a direction, and let's see how fast we can get her going. Now, the thing is with this is I am going up against river current, so I'm not going to get complete full speed like I would if I wasn't going against river current, but we will see how fast we can get it. So looking about 4.4, 4.3 right now going against river current, which in my opinion, that's pretty dang on good. I've seen about 5.3 to 5.5 if I'm going with the current, which again is really good. And honestly, I'm not looking for a ton of speed out of this thing. I'm just looking to be able to get to point A to point B a lot easier. I mean, like, we fished all the way down this river channel today, and the thing about fishing all the way down this river channel is we've covered quite a bit of ground. And the thing is, you know, any other time I'd be on these pedals and pedaling back, but with this motor, I'm able to go point A to point B, and then when I get to an area, just like we did today, I'm able to pedal around, make those micro adjustments, those movements, and just fish with my pedals, unless, like I said, I want to kick this thing on like 10% and go up one of these banks throwing a crankbait or something like that. That's probably my favorite feature of the kayak so far. And then this as well. So this is the dugout dashboard mount. You guys saw it on the walkthrough, but having my graph right there in front of me is absolutely awesome. We're actually going to be upgrading to a Humminbird Helix 10 here in just a few days. That is obviously a 9. It's plenty big enough for my needs. And I mean, when you have it there on the dashboard mount, you can see everything you need to see, but I'm just going to go with a little bit bigger screen just in case one of these days I want to upgrade to like a 360 or a Mega Live. I have just that little bit bigger screen, but having that right there in front of me is really cool. And I know a lot of people are concerned, can you know, use that, and is it, you know, readily available? I mean, there you go, guys. Simple as that. I'm able to touch everything. If I had a touch screen, I'd be able to touch it just by leaning up. And I mean, it's really cool. But really, the foot steering and the dugout dashboard mount are the two things that I've been most impressed with. And then the third thing is obviously how I've got my motor rigged up. You guys can see my Newport back there running. You guys can also see that yoke that I was talking about makes it just a little bit wider, a little bit of an upgrade. But if we go right down here, you guys will see how I've got that thing powered. And so the thing is that's my only cable. It runs right from my Newport right into this box, and then in this box, let's stop the motor because I do not want to flip out. In this box, I have my X2 power batteries. You guys saw this in the walkthrough as well, but you guys can see super clean, super simple. One plug in, one plug out. It runs right here to my remote and then right back there to my motor, and everything is working exactly how I want it to. And then obviously putting this box here, or this black pack here, was kind of where it needed to be just for good weight balance in this kayak. But this thing is absolutely perfect for what I want, and I've got 250 amp hours in there running this motor. But that really is kind of the big main features of this kayak as it sits. I mean, obviously this thing is absolutely awesome, and those are the biggest differences between the other PA that I had and this PA. But having the motor is the biggest thing, in my opinion, for just fishability and making this thing a awesome fishing kayak. Well, there you go, guys. Like I said, not a ton of differences between the old Hobie I had and this one, just the motor and the foot steering being the two biggest ones. I mean, that to me though is what takes this kayak to the next level and makes it just a super fishable kayak, and I absolutely love it. But we're gonna motor back up here to where we started. I'm not getting any bites down here. I mean, it's just sucks full down here. But I think what it is that this water is a little bit shallower. I would have never thought the further you went down the river, the shallower the water would get. But up here where we started, I was seeing anywhere from 12 to 14 feet of water, and down this way I'm seeing anywhere from 7 to 8 foot of water. And so I think that a little bit of difference in water depth is what's making those fish want to eat, because all the bites that I got were up here. And not only did I get the 2 that we put in the boat, but I got like several more. And so maybe we can go back through some of this stuff and get those fish to bite. And a lot of these dudes who are out here walleye fishing, they're starting to leave as well. I watched them, you know, motor by me and go put their boat on the trailer. And so maybe with that little bit less pressure from the walleye guys, all the people kind of idling over these fish, maybe they sit, rest for a minute, and we're going to be able to go up here and get a few of the ones that bit actually in the boat. And so that's what we're going to do right now. But it's beautiful out here today. I do have to say that when you get in the shade, it gets really, really cold, but it is an absolute gorgeous day out on the water. I'm enjoying it so much. Slimed up the kayak for the first time, just getting out here, kind of breaking this thing in is really, really fun. But better weather, better fishing is coming. That's the thing. I know a lot of guys are in the same boat that I am in. February is like one of the hardest months to fish. I've always said February and August, that's like the 2 hardest months to fish. And you know, we always look forward to September, October when it comes. And then when we're in February, we always look forward to March and April. And they'll be here very, very soon. And we've got some cool tournaments lined up. We've got some cool spots to go check out. Might even drive a little bit south to go check out some other stuff, but that's a different video for a different time. So let's motor up here. Let's go check this spot out and see if we can lean into a few. Both my claws are gone on that one. That fish had that thing. Both my claws are gone. Yeah. Look, there he goes. I mean, thump this dude. He really knocked the crap out of it. There we go. That's freaking big. Yep, that's big, whatever that is. Big old largemouth. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. There we go. That's what we were looking for right there. Well, he ain't that big, but he's fighting hard down there in that current. There you go, guys. It's a good little fish. Poor dude, he's cold. Yeah, here, man. too. Golly. It must be an absolute crap pile time here. That's the very next cast, guys. There you go, guys. It's a pretty good one. You gotta love it when a plan comes together. I love, so one of the most satisfying things for me in bass fishing is when you see something, you go, there should be fish sitting there. The reason there should be fish sitting there is, you know, whatever reasons in your head that you put together, and you pull right over there, make the cast, and catch the fish. And that's exactly what happened. Ended up putting that largemouth and that smallmouth into the kayak, and I mean, it was just a perfect little area. I actually went right past that this morning when I got here, and I don't really know why. I actually looked at it on the way in and thought, man, I bet there's a fish sitting there. And so as we were motoring back up there to the boat ramp, I saw that and thought, I got to pull in there and make sure. And there you go, put 2 more fish in the kayak. I mean, they were stingy today, though. Really kind of just tough and just moody and ornery. They would like bite things and spit it out. As you guys saw, I pulled a lot of claws off my little crawls. And it's just, yeah, I mean, they get like that, though. Water's 46. It's still cold. It's February. They're groggy. I mean, even though they are river fish, and, you know, this current oftentimes negates a lot of factors like high bluebird skies or water temperature or anything like that, they still can just be ornery. And that's exactly what happened. They actually ended up missing some fish because they would just like pound it and let go of it. And I think a lot of it was just reactionary. You know, they're not really wanting to eat it. It's more they're like reacting to it because it's moving in the current. And then I think some of those fish today that just bit off the claws, I think exactly what that is I tricked them to eat it, but they just weren't fully committed to it. You know, they're cold, they're lethargic, and just they ate it because it was there and it got drug right in front of their face. And I think that can be a factor. But we got about 30 minutes before the sun goes down, so we're gonna get this kayak loaded up, get out of here.